Acorn versus Stash, which one is better? But before I actually get to that, I want to clarify one thing. Notice in my description down below, there are no affiliate links when it comes to these financial apps. Just to clarify that, because a lot of people try to make these videos, and before you know it, they're offering you one product over the other one, and they have an incentive in the description down below. I don't have any of that. Just to clarify that one thing, I'm not biased. I have no incentive to recommend one over the other. Just want to get that out there. The second thing is this. In this video, I'm going to break down the pros and the cons for these apps, and I have used them both in the past, but I'm also going to give you guys a surprise, okay? And here it is. In this video, I'm actually going to give you a better product that's actually better than both of them. So if you want to hear which product that actually is, make sure you stick around to the end of the video. And guys, as always, if you don't know me, my name is Tiny Bryson. I'm an accountant. I've been doing this YouTube thing for around 2.5 days now, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I also want to tell you this. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and also hit the notification bell, because I upload videos every single day on finance, making more money, even credit cards, and anything you can think of that benefits you. And if you're watching right now, which I know you are, don't lie to me, make sure you hit the like button, because it helps the channel out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Although you like the video, you have to hit the like button. That way it helps the channel and you do your part. Thank you. And I want to ask you guys one question. Let me know in the comments down below, which app do you currently use, or which app are you looking at the most? Like, which one do you actually like the most? Okay, just comment down below and let me know, and also let me know why you actually like it the most. Now that you commented, I want to jump in straight into the video and actually talk about what the Acorn app is, what the Stash app is, and how they actually work. So here we go. So we all know that the Stash app and the Acorn app are very similar, but they have some things that aren't really that similar, because the Stash app, for example, and I'm going to break down the Stash app right now, here we go, is basically a financial app that allows you to invest into stocks and also ETFs, but it's very unique in the sense that whatever dividends you actually get, it goes straight into your cash account. So in that sense, you actually have more freedom, because you can either choose to reinvest that money or keep that money for yourself. Now, with this app, it gives you the freedom to actually invest into whatever you want to, whether it's McDonald's, Apple, or any company out there, but it also lets you join into portfolios that you might be interested in, like a few ETFs there, and that's pretty cool also. Like you can invest into gaming portfolios, you can invest into any type of portfolio that you actually want to invest into. Now, compared to Acorn is kind of like more constricted, okay? Acorn is more simple, and it's kind of like more consistent with what it does. Like, for example, with Acorn, you can only really invest into ETFs, but you can choose what margin and what percentage you actually want to invest into those certain ETFs. What I mean is this. For example, in Acorn, if you have a low risk tolerance, you can choose to invest like maybe 40% into bonds, 60% into stocks, and if you have a high risk tolerance, which I don't really have, you can choose to invest 100% of all your money into stock ETFs, okay? Which is pretty cool also. So comment down below, so far, does this make any sense? Do you understand what the Stash app is, what the Acorn app is, and how they actually both work? And they're kind of like the same thing, but in reality, they're not really the same thing, you know, because Acorn doesn't give you access to Apple, Amazon, or any of those stocks. It just gives you access to ETFs, and that's about it, okay? So now we got over that. I actually want to talk about the pros and the cons, and I want to start off with Acorn first. So with Acorn, you have a $1 fixed fee up until you hit $1 million. What does this mean, Tommy? It means that with Acorn, you only have to pay $1 every single month, but on top of that, once you hit $1 million, you have to, well, they have to charge you around 0.25% as a management fee, which is pretty basic, not that bad. And compared to Stash app, they start charging that 0.25% as soon as you pass over $5,000. So in reality, over time, the Acorn app will only charge you around $480 in total for like 40 years, but the Stash app will charge you around tens and tens of thousands of dollars, because it keeps compounding and it keeps adding up over time. Just wanted to clarify that right now. And the second thing is this, guys, just to go over some quick pros for the Acorn app. Basically, okay, you have roundups, meaning you can actually invest money from just rounding up what you spent on your credit card. So if you spent $1.25, they actually take the 75 cents and they automatically start building it up. So then once you hit $5, they can actually invest it automatically for you. Second thing is this, no trading fees. So you can buy whatever you want to buy, you can sell whatever you want to sell, and you don't get hit with any trading fees, usually like it used to be back in the days when E-Trade was like the top dog in the game. And on top of that, they also offer retirement accounts, Found Money. On top of that, they have customer service, which is pretty good. And I want to clarify one thing. When it comes to Found Money, I like to think of it of, for example, having cash back on a card, but rather than getting back cash, you actually get back stock. Because in a sense, every time you spend money and you use it with one of the people that Acorn recommends, well, when you spend that money, for example, if I get up Uber, I get 50 cents for every ride. well, that 50 cents goes straight into my investment portfolio and it gets reinvested. So in a sense, I'm swiping and spending, but in reality, whatever is left over because of that, the cash back goes into my investment account. So that's pretty cool. And when it comes to the pros, that's about it when it comes to Acorn. And I want to jump into what I don't like about Acorn. And it's really only 3 things, but I want to get this out the way just so you guys know that I'm not biased whatsoever. So here are some of the things that I don't like about the Acorn app. When it comes to borrowing money against your portfolio, that's not possible yet, and it's not possible yet on the Stash app either, just to clarify that. So for example, if I have $1 million on my Acorn account, I can't borrow any money against that and just pay Acorn some interest. They don't allow that. On top of that, they don't let me actually buy whatever ETF I want. Whatever investment I put into Acorn, they automatically take it and they balance it inside of my entire portfolio. So if I want to invest $500 just into stocks, they don't let me do it, okay? They don't let me do it, okay? They just take the money and they balance it with bonds and whatever I set my portfolio to be as, okay? And that's pretty fair, I guess, but in reality, I want more freedom. And if I ever want to sell, by the way, this is the third one, if I ever want to sell any of my investments, I want to choose which investments I'm actually selling, not just my portfolio, okay? So for example, if I want to sell some investments and I want to sell it for my bonds, then let me sell it for my bond ETF and not for my entire portfolio, because it's going to damage my portfolio over time. Just to clarify that. And now that you guys know what I like about Acorn, what I don't like, I want to get into what I like about the Stash app. And the first thing is this. They claim to have like a $1, well, this is not something I really like, okay? But they claim to have like a $1 fee, but it's kind of high for when you actually starting out because it adds up to around be like 4% expense ratio over time for that first year. And once you hit that $5,000, they're charging you 0.25%, and over time that will add up to be a ton of money. But I do like one thing about the Stash app, and it's the freedom to actually buy whatever stocks you want to buy and buy some ETFs and actually do that there. But here's my thing. I want to be able to buy stocks, yes, but not really, not for me, that's not my style, okay? But if I wanted to buy like stocks, that would be pretty cool. But when it comes to the ETF size, I'm going to just cut into the cons right now because in reality, I don't like a lot of things about the Stash app, okay? But the cons are this. It doesn't allow me the freedom to actually buy whatever ETF I want to buy. It just gives me a list of the ones that they do have, and they don't actually give me the ones that I want. Like for example, I want Vanguard. They don't give me any Vanguard ETFs there because Vanguard is actually pretty inexpensive, and most of the ones that Stash app does have, they're pretty expensive. The second thing I don't like about the Stash app is this. They have a very high management fee and it's 0.25%. And everyone knows, I made a video about this by the way, everyone knows that over time this 0.25% will add up to around tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars over time. I ran an entire calculation that if I were to invest into Stash app over 40 years, it will end up costing me around $150,000 over the life of my investment. So I said no, and I went with Acorn because Acorn is cheaper. But I want to say this, guys. If you want to hear all the pros to Stash app, just listen to the Acorn ones because they basically have the same exact pros. And in reality, the only difference is that Acorn is limited while Stash app is not that limited, but in reality, they're limited to what ETFs they actually have, which is very weird and very strange. I would expect them to have a very abundant list of ETFs on their website, but currently they don't. And one last thing I really don't like about the Stash app, again, by the way, most of the things I don't like about the Stash app, there is same things in the Acorn app, you know, but here's what I don't like. Again, the entire not letting me borrow on a margin. For example, if I get $1 million and I want to borrow against that to buy a house or any property I want to do, I can't do that. I can only have my investments with them and they can do whatever they want to do with it. And on top of that, I know for sure that they make money off the interest. Both them and Acorn make money on interest on the money that you actually have in their accounts. So in reality, I would want some more freedom when it comes to what I can do with my portfolio and if I can actually borrow against it, because the big funds out there allow me to borrow against my portfolio. And that's something that these apps actually lack currently. So comment down below and let me know so far, which one do you think is better, the Acorn app or the Stash app? Now, I told you I wasn't going to be biased, and at this point, you should be like, okay, they both sound pretty good, but they both sound like pretty limited also. And that's the exact picture I'm trying to paint to you guys, because in reality, I like Acorn, yes, but I just like it because of simplicity, but I don't really like it that much because in reality, it doesn't allow me the access to the features that I actually do want in the future. And with the Stash app, I like it also, you know? It's just too expensive and it has the same lacks that Acorn also has. So in reality, Acorn and Stash app, let me know in the comments down below, which one do you think is better currently? And by this point, you're probably wondering, Tommy, okay, I decided which one I like more, but which one do you actually like more and which one do you actually recommend the most? And the honest answer is this, okay? they're both kind of the same thing. Don't worry, I'm not gonna give you some BS answer telling you like, hey, they're both the same thing, they're both great, you know, just pick whatever you want, whatever your heart desires. No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think, and here it is. I like Acorn for investing money over a long period of time and avoiding those fees and only paying $1, right? And it's very consistent, it's very simple to use, and I like that about it. I like the Stash App when it comes to, for example, if I were to invest in individual stocks and I really wanted to do that, and I did all my research, I would use the Stash App, but I wouldn't really use them because the management fee is way too high. So if you don't mind the fee and you just want to have access to like investments into stocks, whatever, then you can use the Stash App. But in reality, you don't need to do that because there's a whole bunch of other competitions out there that give you all the stuff, but you don't really have to pay any management fee. Just putting that out there. So here's my final decision. For me, I like the Acorn app better because it's simple, easy to use. It gives me access to the ETFs I actually want from Vanguard. It's very inexpensive and it actually does everything I needed to do the way I needed to do it. But eventually, when I grow my portfolio from the current state that it's in right now, and if you want to find out how much money I've made from Acorn, I made a video in like yesterday, I think. So you can check that out. I'm going to link it down below also. You can check it out. But here's my thing. Eventually, when I grow from like maybe like $50,000, maybe like $100,000, I will take my money and put it somewhere else because I can actually get more leverage for my money than I would from Acorn, because Acorn just lets me, you know, invest money, no management fee, but I can't really use my money for what I actually want to use it. So in reality, that's my main thing and that's my main worry about the entire thing. So let me know in the comments down below, do you think I should switch from Acorn to M1 Finance, or I should wait until I have like over $50,000 so I can really take advantage of my portfolio and borrow money against it? Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? And as always, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, leave a big thumbs up. It helps the channel out a ton. You won't even believe it, okay? It just helps me a ton. And I know you might like the video and you might say like, hey, Tommy, I like the video. I don't really like it anymore. But by liking the video and actually clicking the like button, it helps the video much more than you can actually think of. On top of that, guys, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications to get notified every time I upload a video, which is every single day on whatever is gonna help you. And if you want to talk to me one-on-one, just DM me on Instagram at Tommy Bryson. And if you want to talk to all of us, every single subscriber here, just join us on Discord. I have a link down below. We created a Discord like 2 days ago, and we're all talking over there, sharing ideas that I can't really share here because my lawyers won't allow me to. So just check us out on Discord, and I'll see you guys next time on this video. Thanks for watching, and peace. And you can buy any investment as long as you have $5 in your account, which is pretty cool. Which is okay.
You've got to start at the bottom if you're ever gonna reach the top. You've gotta watch your